New this morning, President Trump has revoked former Vice President Kamala Harris's Secret Service detail.
Vice presidents typically get 6 months of protection after they leave office. Harris's had been set to expire in July, but former President Biden extended it before he left office.
Trump canceled this extension, writing in a Thursday memorandum obtained by CNN, quote, "You are hereby authorized to discontinue any security-related procedures previously authorized by executive memorandum, beyond those required by law for the individual, effective September 1st, 2025, former Vice President Kamala D. Harris."
Harris told CNN, quote, "The Vice President is grateful to the United States Secret Service for their professionalism, dedication, and unwavering commitment to safety." Since Harris lives in Los Angeles, she potentially could get protection from the city's police. LA Mayor Karen Bass told CNN, quote, "This is another act of revenge following a long list of political retaliation in the form of firings, the revoking of security clearances, and more. This puts the former Vice President in danger, and I look forward to working with the governor to make sure Vice President Harris is safe in Los Angeles." Well, I have a partisan point to make and a non-partisan point to make.
Okay,
so I'll start with the gentle non-partisan point. I would prefer more rather than fewer political figures in this country to have Secret Service protection. And I think that there is in fact not enough protection of high-profile figures. I think that former Vice Presidents should have it for longer than 6 months. And I think that of people with whom I fervently disagree, like Dick Cheney, as much as I think of it as for people like Kamala Harris. So that's my overall view of it all. Because I think that people who are in danger because of service they have rendered to the country should be protected from the physical dangers that are therefore incurred. Now, in relation to Trump and Harris, I think I would view this through the context of his revocation, which Karen Bass mentioned, of security clearances for other people who he dislikes, including John Bolton, who, I don't have much in common with, and including the removal of security clearances, which is of course a different issue from Secret Service details. Notable that this comes as Harris is shortly to embark on this nationwide book tour.
Yeah, I think what is really going to be the tell here is if we're able to see what the undisclosed reason for the Biden extension was. That will be able to tell us whether this is indeed political retaliation or if this was extended for some reason other than safety and security. Maybe the intelligence wasn't as strong as Biden said that it was, and so Trump's revoking it to save taxpayer money and reverting back to the normal 6-month vice presidential protection period. We have no way of knowing that unless that information is declassified.
That's true if you think, if you take the view people should only have Secret Service protection if there is a specific threat, then what you say is true. My argument would be whether it's Kamala Harris or George W. Bush or anyone else, people who have reached a certain level of national political prominence have unfortunately people who want to do them harm. And I know you could potentially extend that to everybody and say, every single member of the House of Representatives should have Secret Service protection or something. And then you would get into an unwieldy situation. But presidents, vice presidents, I would have no problem at all with them having lifetime Secret Service protection.
It's unfortunate we don't have time to get into the John Bolton security clearance issue, but I did want to make one final point before we go, which is that I do think Democrats are going to get themselves into a pretzel here, trying to say that Trump is doing political retaliation and that he wants Kamala Harris wants some harm to come to her, because a lot of Democrats voted to get rid of Trump's Secret Service detail both before and after the assassination attempt on his life.
Yeah, and I wouldn't support that either.
Right.
I would have lifetime Secret Service protection for him too.
All right, up next, earlier this week, President Trump said he'll allow 600,000 Chinese students to attend U.S. universities, but a new proposed rule from the administration would put a cap on how long they get to stay. More on that next.